Thursday, January 6th of 2022. May I have a roll call, please?
Jeffrey Byer, John Brown, Scott West. Yep. Leon Davis.
Yep.
Greg Bowman.
Here.
Ian Randolph. Chairman.
Yes, here. Okay, so I'm not quite, well, I guess I'll just do what I'm supposed to do. Do I hear a motion to approve items 1A through E as presented by staff?
I'd like to make a motion.
Second.
Scott West.
Yes.
Leon Davis.
Yes.
Greg Bowman.
Yes.
Chairman.
Yes. Okay, that was easier and faster than I thought. Okay, JZ 21-675, request by Zach Bonsall for a zone change from agricultural to commercial general at 305 South Elm. Marseille?
If you are not familiar with 305 South Elm, it is the new location of Dutch Brothers. They have had their soft opening. Their grand opening is this Friday. They worked extremely quickly to get this project done. We had a lot of hoops to go through. They were an outstanding development group to work with. They were very responsive and really paid a lot of attention to detail. This is essentially a cleanup for the portion of that we just approved the lot split on. So the title company and Tulsa County did not require a lot split, and they are in fact rezoning. So we split the piece off from the park, from Veterans Park, and it will be combined through the platting process. At the same time, we are rezoning it to CG to match the existing lot on the existing zoning on the lot. The portion that, so let me back up a minute. They originally leased that back portion that was part of Veterans Park that we owned because the city was not interested in selling it at the time they started the process. But in the middle, well, I guess at the end of the process, they decided that they would actually sell to them. So we started the process over, and this is where we're at. So this is a cleanup. There will be lot split, replatted. They literally filed the plat, I think, on December 21st. They have a new plat that will be replatted, combining this piece to it and rezoned, and they'll be good to go.
Okay, any questions or comments?
What do you think of their sign, Carol?
I think it's way too big.
I haven't spoken with her.
I mean, when I went down the street, I was like, how in the world did that get passed?
I've had lots of questions about it.
The only thing that we can figure, and for the record, this is not on the agenda,
Oh, sorry.
but the only thing that we can figure visually, especially if you're going north, it looks like it's sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
And they could have gone 10 feet higher, and I think it would have felt and looked smaller, and it's not really that much bigger than the other taller signs. It's just because it's so low to the ground, it feels
It's white
huge.
and it's low,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're right. You may be starting up.
it looks like it's sitting on
Well,
the
you
ground.
may be starting just up the levee right there too, so you're kind of
Yeah.
looking up at it and just.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a visual trick a little bit.
Optical illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
At least it doesn't rotate or light up.
At least that windmill's not going
Well,
up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was surprised.
But yes, the ARC, the only person who commented on the size of it during the ARC hearing was Greg Hems. He said, I think it's too big or too tall, one or the other. And the comment was noted when it came to planning commission, but we talked about it. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool sign, but it does feel big. It's not technically bigger than the others. It's just the location of it, the height of it makes it feel.
Yeah. It just kind of looks out of place, so it catches your attention.
Yeah, it's a new sign that
I guess it's highly effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting to see how Starbucks feels about it.
Yeah. I don't believe their business model goes head to head.
Oh. Okay. All right, no questions or comments? Does anyone in the audience wish to speak on this agenda item?
No.
No, you already approved the one I just approved with.
Okay, all right, do I hear a motion?
So moved. What item number is that? 293.
There's actually two of them, JZ 21-675.
I make a motion to approve JZ 21-675.
Oh, no, those were on the consent. The others were on consent. Yeah, there were,
This is
so,
for zone
I'm
change.
sorry, it was, I tried not to be redundant, but it just gets too confusing if you're a citizen looking through it and you don't have the background information. So we just put it in multiple times to confuse everyone.
Second.
Sorry. Sometimes.
Scott West.
Yes.
Leon Davis.
Yes.
Craig Bowman.
Yes.
Karen Hunter.
Yes. Okay, other business.
Hey, I only said JZ 21-675. Did I actually need to say the other one?
No,
No,
they were
no.
approved with consent.
Social media policy?
Did anybody have any questions? I did receive an email from Commissioner Brown, and Teresa, our city attorney, Teresa Allen, has responded. I haven't forwarded it yet, but she responded. So as long as you don't have any other questions, I'd appreciate if you signed that. I also have, I'll go to the is this under new business?
We are now under,
Other business?
This stuff over here.
Oh, no, you don't have a crap over here.
I know, I did.
I have agendas galore
That's a
over here.
pencil.
Sorry, I didn't pass this down. Thank you. So just as a refresher, and anyone that might listen to this now or in the future, we had the social media policy on last month. And it is similar to what the council is held to, so to speak. And, thank you. And we're just asking that our planning commissioners abide by the same general guidelines as the council. Last thing, if you have another minute or two, the UDO came before you last month. We had a good set of hearings. We had some open house, etc. I've heard from 4 citizens who have requested meetings. I've had one of those meetings and I have 3 more next week. One was for the River Forest Commercial Area. The other 3 are for the downtown rezoning. And if you have any thoughts or feedback, Brendan and I have spent a lot of time just in the first, I don't know how many hours, and we only got to page 22, reading it and editing it. So basically you read one line and then you check the reference that it says go to, reference 16.5.7, and so you go there, and then you read the definition, then you come back, and yes, it's good, no, it's not, and whatever. So it's a little more tedious than I was expecting at the final push. So at this point, it is still scheduled to be on the agenda for the 18th of January, so in 2 weeks at the city council hearing. I may recommend, I still need to have another conversation with Mr. Carr and Mr. Strout, but at this point, I may recommend, depending on my conversations with the downtown business owners, I may recommend having one more public hearing just to give everyone in the downtown the opportunity to be heard and to voice their concerns. But I have 3 meetings scheduled, and of course, anyone else who would like to meet with me, I'm trying to make myself available, but also another public hearing would maybe put it in a broader setting where more people could attend, and I wouldn't be having the same meetings over and over and over and over. So, any thoughts on that? Have you had any concerns? I know Leon mentioned that he's had some calls.
No one called me.
Greg, have you heard anything? Okay. All right, well, that was everything. If you have any comments, oh, one more thing, on
Mm-mm.
that memo that No.
This is one more on top of one more.
I know, I'm sorry. I just gave you a memo. This is what Halcyon Levine has already corrected, and then there will be another round of edits. So. Oh, so I need you to confirm that what they changed on the driveway width is acceptable to you.
To 27?
Yeah, it's not the full width, like if you had a 3-car garage, it would not be the full width. I mean, it could be, but it's probably not. They added 7 feet, basically. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure that that was gonna be acceptable.
I wouldn't like it.
You just would prefer the full width, was that what your thoughts were?
A 3-car garage, you should have a 3-car wide driveway.
Did you all have any,
Would you wanna build a $750,000 home, have a 3-car garage, and your driveway narrows down to 27 feet at the street?
I kind of ran into that same discussion in Tulsa.
Really? Enlighten us.
It got taken off the books.
Yes.
It wasn't a very popular.
yeah.
Marcel, you want to give me
Yes.
Like Greg.
They tried to do it around Brookside people,
No.
Ken out in Fort Worth.
I do kind of remember that.
Yeah, and so it got taken down quickly before it really got approved.
I think I would seriously consider if I was building a home in Jenks, maybe going to Bixby, going across the street. I mean, if I'm gonna live there for 30, 40 years,
Right. I'm fine with changing it to whatever. I remembered that. I actually had forgotten. I was gonna point it out, so I'm pretty sure.
What's the difference? How much more space would it require? Do you have any idea for a 3-car garage? If 20 was what it was before, is 20 normal for a two-car? Does anybody know?
Garage doors are 20 feet.
Okay, so they're wider than that. So theoretically, if you're,
And but a normal garage door is 20
I
foot
think when
wide.
I look, yeah, but on a 3-car garage, they're not. They're more like 15 feet.
The third one is usually 15, it's 20 and 15.
20, so you're right.
They
so
basically,
needs
the
to be
average,
more
I
than
think, when I looked
27.
it up, was about 14 to 17, or probably 14 to 20 feet is, it can be anywhere in there. So if you had 3 cars, you had 20 plus, then you have like a 2 to 3 foot
Between
space.
the-
so
And
they're,
then you have another 20,
Now you have another 14.
right, so.
well, their logic was safety
At the curb.
at the curb with kids riding their bikes, which I don't know that.
I don't know how that much really makes a difference
are we
from 2
creating-
cars to 3 cars.
Right.
The safety issue is if more
And-
in effect if someone's
And for
parking on the
drainage
street.
purposes of having more
Impervious.
surface area covered by impervious materials. And the neighborhood is engineered to handle that. So there are 2 reasons I didn't really get it.
Makes sense. I mean, when you put a dollar value on the houses that you just did, and you're right, if you're spending that kind of money on a house and you have a 3-car garage, you don't want that extra 20 foot of space to be a blockbuster of like, not a deal buster that you're not gonna get it because I need another 20 space because I want my car to come back straight.
See-
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'd be more willing to
My
to
big-
want to go more space that way and do away with the side spot on a garage that someone can park an RV on.
My thought process, because I've got a couple trailers, is trying to back a trailer into a garage when you can't get lined up straight and back straight and you have to angle off to and then just reach it. I mean,
Right.
Good
that's a
point.
pain.
Yeah.
And lots of people have boats and stuff that they back into their garages.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we do require them to set the garage back. So that is a difference and an improvement from the previous code. So they would actually get more paving, but but it will be better in the sense that you're not blocking the driveway as easily. So, I mean, there was a good compromise. You can have the full width of the garage, but you have to set your garage back from the face of the house by think it's
3 feet, 3 or
it's
5?
It's 5 feet
Yeah, I
in
think
some
it's at
zoning
5.
districts and something else, another one,
So you get to set the garage back
from the face of the house.
It gives a deeper driveway, so you don't have, if you stack it 2 cars, you're not blocking the sidewalk. It's not sure it's easy. That's the thought there, right?
I think it's a good,
So that's the new construction deal?
it's a
Because
new,
that's not a practice right now.
oh, no,
Correct.
definitely not, no. It would be in the new
Broken Arrow
video.
has a 25-foot setback on the garage, where we policy was 20. But the change in that is that Broken Arrow on corner lots, where there's on the exterior side, they have no rear yard requirement. So the house can move into the backyard more, even though it's set back more from the exterior side street. It's allowed to move back so they can get to the size of the houses easier.
Yeah.
In the requirement on the minimum house size.
I feel like it's a good compromise, especially if you're going the full width of the garage, to have it set back that extra 5 feet. So, I will let Jackie know I visit with her tomorrow at 10, and I'll just say yes.
I just had a wicked thought come in my mind. How do we treat containers here
They,
in Jenks?
currently,
Yeah, for business and residential use.
right,
There's a time limit on it.
I think that's a temporary use permit. You apply for one.
Okay, because I'm going through the process of changing it for Jenks.
Muskogee, yeah. I know in the new UDO, it's a temporary use permit. You can have it for like up to 60 days or 90 days or something like that.
You actually have, businesses coming in trying to copy what up from the city and toss it stuff. And then, when you posted that deal where those houses are going for, starting at 800,000 for shipping container homes. And I saw the news segment on it. Someone sent me the video. They're really nice.
As far as structurally, using something structurally, it would just have to meet the building code. And then whatever private covenants that you have.
Because there's another code out there that's being quoted.
You'll have to send it to me. I didn't see, what else is on that list? Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
I think the rest of
You
it
can
was
look
admin.
at it, yeah. Anyway, I think that I don't think there was anything else significant that it's like a lot of minutia, just, oh, change this, oh, that's wrong, just little stuff, a lot of little stuff. But if you have any questions, let me know. But that, you have a copy, and then they will, I think they've already updated the December 15th version on the website. So I think it has these edits in
Okay.
it,
I don't think so.
but we haven't.
The website still has the November 17th one.
Okay. Well, we need to let her know tomorrow. All right.
I cannot be here on the 18th for the council meeting,
Okay.
so that's why I came tonight, was just to, but we're in agreement, you're gonna remove that
Trees.
landscaping, the tree. On the council, all right,
Makes sense.
okay.
Robert says y'all can leave now. Can be dismissed.
All right, with nothing else, I hear a motion to adjourn. So made.
Move.
Okay,